Hey, this is Mark Rodriguez.
And this is Johnny Rodriguez.
And you're watching the very first episode of the Review Sanctum. Now this is a little different from the usual Mark and Johnny at the movies or Mark and Paige at the movies or whatever. There's going to be reviews on all kinds of things like movies, both in the theater or things that come out on DVD and Blu-ray, maybe specific shows, anime series, any special episode, or anything that's kind of cool and worth doing a review about. And we're going to do it at least once or twice a month, or maybe even more, of course, if that particular month has a lot of, big hit movies or whatever. And as usual, we're going to warn you that anything we review might have spoilers, because it's going to be just our raw thoughts, just like how it is, if it's a spoiler or not. So if you hate spoilers, you have been warned. And of course, you can also check out Johnny's channel if you want just a normal Johnny at the movies in the more traditional format. So also, try not to make the episode too long, and so this we do, we're going to try to explain the basic plot, and then we'll just take turns giving our thoughts and, more or less. So now we're going to start it off with Suicide Squad, the latest movie based on the famous DC comic series. And of course, the big deal is it's the very first time you actually get to see Harley Quinn in theaters in the live action movie. So, basic storyline is that I guess after watching, Man of Steel and Batman, Superman, Dawn of Justice and all that stuff, people now know about Superman and other such superheroes, and people are worried that, well, Superman's a good guy, but maybe the next Superman will be a bad guy or something, so they need some kind of control. So Amanda Waller grabbed like the absolute worst, most super dangerous enemies that also have superpowers and forced them to work together as a Suicide Squad to do any kind of bad, dangerous missions, because if they die, who cares? They're bad guys. If anything goes wrong, just blame the bad guys, and they all have a chip like in their neck. If they disobey, they'll get blown up. And of course, these bad guys involved are like Deadshot, Harley Quinn, Killer Croc, Captain Boomerang, El Diablo, and let me see. Oh, well, yeah, you already mentioned Killer Croc and all of them. So you know how it is. They're bad guys. They gotta work together, and that's the basic plot right there. So, what's your thoughts on the movie?
Basically, it's the movie of Harley Quinn and the Diablo, and well, yeah, they typically did have a little bit more star time in a certain way, but I thought the movie was just kind of weird. Like just the direction it's taken. All these people are really crazy. Bad guys. They've done really like shitty things, and now they're somehow hired to get rid of more bad guys, even though they're bad guys. It's a very weird story. So this is kind of like the anti-hero movie. You can't really feel that much compassion for them, but then after hearing your storylines of how, in a way, how they became bad, you kind of have a little bit of compassion for certain people. And especially for the hitman. What was the name of the hitman?
Deadshot.
Deadshot, yeah, you see him as a hitman, but there's kind of like a story behind it, and the reason why he does it, and even though he's a hitman, he still has human emotions. He still has his daughter that he's always looking out for. She means everything to him, and it's kind of like a interesting lens, because it's very easy to just put a hitman. It's just all hate his ass because he kills everybody. But even somebody like him has a story. Like that's kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm. Now, for my thoughts on the movie, it's really interesting. The big mission you gotta do, you gotta stop Enchantress from destroying the world and everything. Originally, Enchantress was also supposed to be a Suicide Squad member, but she's just too dangerous, like out of control. Lots of things about the movie, but one thing that, like what Johnny said, the movie focuses a lot on Deadshot and Harley Quinn and El Diablo too. It shows a lot of their backstory, a lot of their motivations, but the only problem is they don't really show, much of Captain Boomerang. Captain Boomerang is just there. He's literally the only guy in the movie that he is just there to be there. And Killer Croc is kind of sort of there too, but at least he has some scenes, because since he's like the big powerhouse, whenever you need the big strong man, he comes in there. There's a scene where they gotta go underwater. Of course, he can just go in there. He doesn't need any breathing equipment. He can just go there. So he does have his own scenes that shows his resourcefulness. But Captain Boomerang is literally just there, and I really And I do hear that lots of critics have complained that the movie wastes a lot of time with the backstories. But these are all characters that would be rather new for non-comic book readers. So I feel that you do need backstory. I mean, it is important, and it wasn't too drawn out. It was good, and I guess the big thing people want to think about now about the movie is the Joker's in it and Harley Quinn's in it. For Harley Quinn, my big thoughts is, well, in the comic book, like, there's like a new look for her. I didn't like it too much at first. I guess I kind of got used to it. And, well, in DC comic books nowadays, she looks like that now, too. That's what she looks like now. So I guess you can't really complain anymore. She wears the same outfit, and she still has that blonde hair with the red and blue and everything. I have to say, she acts just like Harley. I had my doubts in the commercials, but she acts just like her. Same mannerisms, the same, like, she still says Mr. J, well, no, Mr. J, she still says Putin, and, like, the scene where she says, I'm Harley Quinn, pleased to meet ya. It's, like, exactly like the old cartoons. They did a very, very good job with her. Now, for the Joker, I know most of you people are going to complain, because he's an important character, and people are going to be ooh, 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 but in my opinion, I just didn't like him too much. He was also kind of there. I really didn't see the point too much. Like, he could have just appeared in flashbacks or something, like, he didn't really do much, and what he did, he looks like a more or less normal crime boss that laughs a lot. He didn't really do anything that's super crazy and Jokerish. He just looks like a weird, with the bling bling monster there.
My defense is that the movie is not about the Joker. It's about the Suicide Squad. So they're putting it more in the perspective of Harley Quinn. Like she's doing her thing. The Joker is like her guy that, whatever. Yeah. So it's not really, I mean, yeah, I guess they could have shown a little bit more about the Joker doing crazy things, but we already know the Joker does crazy shit. So I think this is more like a chance for the Suicide Squad people to shine.
I know, but that's the reason why he should not be in the movie, because it distracts a lot. And lots of posters and promotional
but how's the Joker not going to come out if he's Harley Quinn's...
Yeah, but just in flashbacks, not in the actual movie. I don't know. And another thing about him also is that in the movie, spoiler alert, he actually does like care about her. He actually does kiss her. He wants to go out of his way to like rescue her and everything. And the comic books, the Joker doesn't give no craps about Harley Quinn. She's just like another henchman. Yes, Harley's crazy for him and wants to kiss him. Joker just doesn't really care. He would even kill her if she gets in the way. So they really did it weird. And it's kind of a weird mixed message, because a lot of girls out there do take the example of Harley with Joker, and they act like, oh, I want to have a romance like Harley and the Joker, but no, the Joker's the worst kind of person you ever want to be involved with. And the comic books, he really does not give a crap about her like at all. So this movie, I guess, made it more romantic, where he really does care about her and kiss her and goes after her. That's kind of weird. And the last thing I do want to say is that Batman's in the movie just for a few scenes, because, there's some scenes that take place in Gotham City, so he's there. But the thing that really surprised me was that the Flash was there, because Captain Boomerang is a Flash villain. And when they were showing scenes of Batman, I was saying, well, they're not going to show the Flash, right? No, he was there. I'm like, holy moly, he was there. That's interesting. But I guess it was a good movie. It's just, I don't know, Joker, like, I don't know, it was a waste of time with him. And I guess the mission was, well, I guess it was very serious. I guess, like, this movie is still in a more serious tone. They do lots of comedy, but still in a more serious tone. It was a real, super dangerous, end-of-the-world thing. It wasn't exactly like a silly, funny, haha, having a good time mission like you would expect. Maybe it's a comedy-type movie. Mm-hmm. It's more like a very serious threat with, some jokes here and there.
Yeah, so, I don't know, I still like the movie. It is a bit of a weird spin in general, because, it's just based on the fact that, these characters are not really, like, that popular, like, in a mass scale. Like, not everybody knows about these characters. I mean, I don't know most about the characters. So I find that the movie is very interesting. It's kind of like the anti-hero movie, because they're the bad guys that are saving the world, because kind of like they're forced to save the world, or else. And it's interesting. It's I mean, I like the movie. I would just buy it when it
Yeah, I'll probably buy it too. It wasn't like it wasn't perfect, but it wasn't that bad either. It's kind of weird though, because since Hardy, at the end of the movie, I'm not sure what's gonna happen if they make a Suicide Squad sequel or not. And anything else I might want to say, Katana was pretty cool in the movie too, and it's a pretty good movie. Amanda Waller also did a very good job of being
Amanda Waller. She
caring bitch, because she is. That's how she is. She has a lot of control and a lot of government influence and illegal tactics and stuff too. So they did a very good job with her as well. So, yeah, interesting movie. And yes, this movie does take place during the whole the new DC universe. So, if you guys watch, it's like Man of Steel, Dawn of Justice, and now Suicide Squad, until whenever they make an actual Justice League movie. And they might actually make a new Batman movie with the new Batman, and this Joker might be in it too. So, that's all stuff to see. So anyways, guys, I think we kind of rambled up enough. The movie's still pretty cool. If you're a fan of Harley Quinn, if you're a fan of Suicide Squad comics and DC stuff in general, I recommend you to at least check it out. It's a pretty good movie. I'm sure that you'll still like it because it is pretty action-packed too. That's a good scene. So
and Harley Quinn did act pretty much like how she acted in the comics and the early animated cartoons. Batman. Like it's the same crazy psycho Harley Quinn.
So, well, that's basically my thoughts. Do you have any final thoughts to close it off?
That's about it. I think I would still recommend the movie just for Harley Quinn itself. I would just recommend the movie just for that.
And yeah, that's what I agree too. They did a very good job. Like maybe she looks different in appearance-wise and the outfit and stuff they gave her, but like personality and the way she walks and talks, it's like it really is like if Harley Quinn just jumped out of comic books just to be in the movie. Like, wow, So anyways, guys, that wraps up this first episode of the review Sanctum. Stay tuned for any other reviews. Who knows what it'll be. But stay tuned next time. As usual, this is Mark Rodriguez.
This is Johnny Rodriguez.
And we'll see you next time for another review.
See you next time.